his bar stool and drinks his whiskey down like any other fool. There's nowhere to go, no one to see. He doesn't know if he's lonely or free. One heart's broken, another's wide open, but they're beating just the same. You can carry the world on your shoulders, or you could light the flame. She grabs a cup of coffee to watch the sunrise, and just like the day before, it's still a beautiful surprise. Nowhere to go, no one to see. She won't tell you if she's lonely or free.
I've decided I want to go for an early morning walk in the snow, in the quiet. But I don't exactly know where the campsite is. So what I have to do is go up here to the satellite view and zoom in. This is my phone I'm using here. Zoom into where I remember sort of where it is. Right here. So now what I want to be able to get there, and I want to be able to get the GPS coordinates. So on my phone on Google Maps, I long press it, and up pops the coordinates right here. And now once you have the coordinates for the location that you want to go to, you long press the left middle button on your Fenix 3 to go to settings, and then you find the navigation field. Enter into the navigation field using the top right button, and you go down to coordinates. Now, this is where you're going to enter the actual numbers of the coordinates for the location that you want to find. So you use the left center and left bottom buttons to go up or down to different numbers, and then the top right button to enter the number in and move to the next field. It takes a little bit of time, but once you get the coordinates correct and you're all set and make sure that it's right, then you hit done, and then you should be ready to go. Now, I keep my Fenix 3 on the back of my car, on the windshield wiper, or on the wiper on the back. I want it to get acclimated to the cold so that the thermometer has an accurate reading. Now, I'm driving to the location here, and I notice that they have the gate up. I kind of thought they would, which is a good thing, so I have to go to a different parking lot and start my hike. Otherwise, I could just drive right to the campsite. So I get my Fenix 3, check the temperature. The temperature on the watch thermometer says 6 degrees. Well, the Bluetooth connection to my phone says 0 degrees. And I'm not going to use my phone for this hike because I'm using it to record the video. Anyway, once I'm ready to go start my hike, then I go the same process. I go down to navigation. And since I've already saved those coordinates, then I go down to saved locations. Now, I didn't give the location a name. It just says coordinates. So I want to enter into that, and I want to go to details to make sure that those are the correct coordinates. And looking at it, it looks like those are the exact coordinates that I entered. And once I'm confident that those are the right coordinates, then I can get back into that field and go to. Now this will lock onto the coordinates, and it'll give me a heading, like a bearing of which direction I need to go and a distance remaining. That's if I went directly to those coordinates. And I'm starting my hike. Now, it takes a minute for the GPS to lock on. It took about 30 seconds in this case. And as you can see, it's pretty dark out. The sun is just starting to come up. Now, the watch will tell me that I need to go a certain direction to get to the coordinates. Well, I can't go that direction, though, because I'd be walking right through a woods. So I'm actually going to start in the opposite direction to get on the trail. Now, as I start hiking on the trail, I want to make sure that everything is set up correctly. So I get on the map portion of that field, and I can see that where I'm supposed to go is off to the left on my watch. I come out of the trail a little bit, and I came to a huge clearing. This is a parking lot that hasn't been plowed because you can't get to it with a car. Now I'm looking at the different options. I can't go south on this trail, and I can't get on that road. Now this trail looks like it takes me directly back to where I started from, directly north. Well, the coordinates are actually a little bit northwest. So it looks like if I take this trail straight ahead of me, it'll take me there. The coordinates, if I walk straight there, would be right through this woods.
One heart's broken, another's wide open, but they're beating just the same. You can carry the world on your shoulders, or you could light the flame. She grabs a cup of coffee to watch the sunrise, and just like the day before, it's still a beautiful surprise. Nowhere to go, no one to see. She won't tell you if she's lonely or free. One heart's broken, another's wide open, but they're beating just the same. You can carry the world on your shoulders, or you can light the flame. She steps onto the subway, it's gonna be a long ride. First time she's ever done this without him by her side. Nowhere to go, no one to see. She doesn't care, cause if she's lonely, she's
According to my Fenix 3, I'm pretty close. I just have to keep heading up this trail north. Now, anytime that you are in the map field and you want to get a closer look or even zoom out, you long press the left center button and it'll take you to pan zoom. And you hit the top right button, and you can see on the left side of the screen of the watch there's a plus sign and there's a minus sign. If you hit the button right by the plus sign, that'll zoom right in, and the minus sign will pan out. Now I'm right by the river, and according to my Fenix 3, I was pretty close to the campsite. So I'm just going to walk over here. Oh, there it is, the canoe campsite sign. And you can read this sign here. Basically, it says that you can only camp overnight, one night. You can't park in the parking lot, which is irrelevant this time of year because it's snowy anyway. The Fenix 3, you can drop it in the snow a couple times. It doesn't matter. Pick it up, shake it off. I'm pretty sure I could drop it in the water. I'd have to test that out. Test that out next time I go out in the winter. And I get real close to the campsite here, you can see. So I'm just going to walk right up to it. There's the picnic tables. And, well, sure enough, on the watch it says, right there at the destination. Cool. So now I'm just going to go through the regular motions of when you're done with an activity on the watch. You hit the top right button to stop it, and then the left buttons to go down. You can save it, and it'll save it to your activities on Garmin Connect. It'll also save on the watch. And it's all set up. It's a pretty good little hike. Dark outside, in the snow. Now, it's time to collect some materials and start making a fire. All right, well, found the fire pit. This is the designated fire area. I had to dig through the snow a little bit. And I ended up going over here, finding some deadfall, breaking it down to where I had some smalls, kind of some medium little sticks here that I made as a kind of a base. And then I set some more of those there, and then these large ones, and hopefully that big chunk right there will go on at the end. And I walked around and collected a whole bunch of this grass to make like a nice little nest type thing here and light it up. And what am I going to use to start this fire? You might be wondering. Well, this is 20th century, 21st century, so I'll be using a Bic lighter. Nest, I have my little small twigs on there. I have a whole bunch over here, a whole bunch left over here. And I want to get down here, just see if it all lights. Well, it took a while. It took probably 20, maybe 25 minutes to actually get this stuff to light up. It's because all the grasses were cold, frozen, and then they were wet, then they were damp. They had to warm up, dry out, and then catch fire. Finally got it started. Finally, now it's going. It took a long time. My little lighter was working fine, but these grasses and stuff were wet. And so, you have to go through a bunch of different stages. You have to dry everything out, warm everything up, dry it out, hope it catches, hope you can maintain a flame. Then you have to add enough fuel to where, the fire spreads, and then once you get a flame that's maintaining, then you can add more. But you have to constantly add more. So now I can relax. Whew.
And it looks the same if you're lonely or free. Lonely or
Well, fire's dying down. Coffee's running low. And the forest is pretty quiet. Thanks for watching, everybody.